Hi everyone, welcome to the Piano Keys. I'm so glad that you're here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play the beginning of Mozart's Sonata in A major, K331. A long time ago, I made tutorials for Rondo alla Turca, which just happens to be part of the same sonata as what I'm going to show you today. So Rondo alla Turca is the third movement of the sonata, and this is the first movement. In this sonata, Mozart did something pretty unusual. Normally, a sonata would start with a fast first movement, and then have a slower second movement, and then a fast third movement. In this sonata, he actually started with a theme and variations. And if you're not sure what that means, so the theme is like a simple statement of a melody or a musical idea, and then the variations take that same idea and they become more and more like fancy with it. So you add runs and you go faster and you do all kinds of fun things. In this tutorial, I'm just going to show you the theme, which is pretty easy. Now, this is written in 6/8 time. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to count it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, kind of old school my way. So just so you know, I do have a master's degree in music, so I know what I'm doing. It's just that it's easier to teach pianists who are less experienced by counting 1, 2, 3 rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to help you organize in your mind where everything happens. This video was requested by one of my viewers who made a very generous contribution to my PayPal account. These contributions actually help me buy new equipment and upgrade my equipment. For example, I just had to get a new battery from my camera, a new phone, and so on. So all this stuff costs money, and when you help me through PayPal, then I can bring you better quality content. So thank you, anonymous viewer, for sponsoring this video. If you look at the music of this sonata, the first movement has a tempo indication to play andante grazioso. Andante means walking tempo, which is, you know, like what is walking? Maybe you're walking faster or slower. And grazioso is like gracefully. So it's a graceful walking tempo, which is a very imprecise way to tell people how fast to play your piece. If you put a metronome marking, we have a really good idea. If you say walking gracefully, well, everybody might have their own idea. So the reason I say that is because some of you will think I'm playing it too fast, some will think I'm playing it too slow, some will think it's just right. It's like the three bears. And if you look up, you know, all the great masters of classical piano performance, they each have their own interpretation of how to play this piece. So the tempos will be different, the articulations, meaning where they play legato or staccato, or in other words, where they connect or not connect the notes, where they get louder, their dynamics are going to be different. Everybody has their own way of interpreting this piece. So, you know, learn what I'm teaching you as far as the notes go, and then make it your own. And then the other two things people always ask me about are fingering and pedaling. So fingering, there is no such thing as right fingering. The right fingering is whatever works for you to be able to play it your best. So the fingering I'm showing you is only one option out of many. In fact, when I was practicing this piece to play it for you, I used lots of different fingerings, and so finally I just had to write one in so that I could, you know, teach you something. But if these fingerings don't work for you, make your own. It's fine. And then pedaling is a huge topic. I know it doesn't seem like it because, you know, you think you just like go up and down. What's the big deal? Well, it's a part of playing the piano. It's a part of the instrument that actually has its own, like, you know, skill level, its own way of using it. So it's not just an up or a down. If you want to learn about the pedal, I do have a YouTube tutorial that gives you a pretty good idea. And then if you really want to go deep into the topic so that you never have to ask anybody again about, you know, how do you pedal this, then check out my course, Piano Pedaling Like a Pro. So I do give you some pedaling suggestions. Keep in mind that Mozart didn't have the same piano that we use. It was a different sound, it was a lot thinner, and so the modern piano that we use today has only been around for like 120, 130 years, and Mozart's music is like 250 years old, so we do our best with it. And the reason I say that, again, is because you're going to have your own ideas of how to pedal, depending on what you want to hear. Okay, that was a lot to talk about, but people always ask me, so if you ask me questions that I just answered, I'm not gonna answer you. But if you wanna leave a comment telling me how you're doing or you have different questions to ask, by all means, go for it. Please click the thumbs up and subscribe to help me grow my channel. All right, so I'm gonna play the theme for you first, and then I'll show you note by note, hands separately, hands together, how to play it. All right, clearly there are lots of repeats in this little segment of the first movement. So we're going to start with the left hand. So we're going to start with fourth finger on A, first finger on E. This is all around middle C. And you play those together. Then third finger on B, and the other two come off. And then you go back to the first two notes. Okay? Then you play second finger on C sharp, first finger on E. And you repeat that. Now you're going to repeat this fingering pattern with slightly different notes. Your first finger will stay on E, fourth finger goes down to G sharp, and you play those two notes together, G sharp and E. Then third finger on A, while the other two let go, and then back to the G sharp and E. And then B, second finger, E, first finger, together, repeat that. So let's do just that much. We're not even doing rhythm right now, we're just playing the notes. But let's go ahead and add the rhythm. So this is written in 6/8. I'm not going to count it in 6/8. I know that that's not right, but I think it's more helpful to show you a way to understand it than to count it correctly right now. So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going to play just that first little bit. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's play that much together. Find your A and your E. I'll count us off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's keep going. We're almost, we're halfway there for this section. So now you're going to keep your thumb on E. Fifth finger goes to F sharp. You play those two notes together. Then you repeat that. Next thing that happens is first finger is still on E, fourth finger is on G sharp. You play them together, and you play that again. And then the first finger stays on E, the third finger plays A. And now for the first time, your thumb is going to let go of that E and move down. Second finger on D, and then first finger on E. So practice that, because the next part now I'm going to show you how to count those last two measures that we just did. So F sharp and E goes like this. Watch me first time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's play that much together. F sharp and E. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's play it from the beginning of this section. A, fourth finger. E, first finger. I'll count us off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have a lot of that come back later on in this piece. There's lots of repetition. So make sure you know this part really well before moving on. Right hand, second finger starts on C sharp. So here's middle C. We're going up an octave and then up to C sharp. So second finger on C sharp, then third on D, and then back to your C sharp. Now, fourth finger on E. You're going to play that E again, but this time with your fifth finger. Okay? We're going to follow that same fingering pattern for this next part. Second finger on B, third on C sharp, back to your B, fourth finger on D, and then fifth finger on D. Okay? So the counting is the same as the left-handed. Watch me. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that together. Second finger on C sharp. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Next, first finger on A. Then you play that A again. And then second finger on B. Play the B again. Then third finger on C sharp, only one time. Now, you're going to pick up, put down second finger on B, fifth finger on E together. And then fourth finger by itself on the D. So it looks like this. Okay? And then first finger on A, third finger on C sharp. Now, you're going to pick up the third finger, hold on to the first finger. Kind of flip your hand over, fourth finger on B, second finger on G sharp, and as soon as you play those, you let go of the thumb. Okay? So it looks like this. I'll play it from the C sharp. Okay? So I'm going to do that with counting. Watch me what time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's play that together. It'll go a little slower. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So as I said in the intro, people play this different ways, both with dynamics and articulation. Articulation is like where you play connected and where you don't play connected, things like that. So you'll have people who play like this. You'll have people who play like this. You know, you'll have, or, so if you ask me what's the right way, the answer is there's no right way. It's whatever you want to do, and you can even change it different times that you play it. Okay, so lots of really famous and well accomplished, you know, like the top of the field classical pianists play this very different from one another, and one is not right, one is not wrong, it's just interpretation. Okay, so we're going to take it from the beginning of this section with counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to put the hands together. Left hand A and E, right hand C sharp. So you play together first. Then the next notes are together. And then together again. So everything's happening together, which makes it pretty easy. Then together. Still together. And move your left hand. You play together, then the right hand by itself, and then together, and the right hand. Okay, so once you've got that, pause here and practice, and then we're going to do it with counting. So nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I am using pedal with this piece, but it's not the kind of pedal that I would use for Chopin, right? So very slight touches of pedal. Basically, I'm doing like down, up, down. So let's see, down, up, 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 down. So it's change on everything. Change. I'm also leaving a little bit room in between, like I'm letting go. So pedaling is not as straightforward as just up and down. Like, is it down or is it up? It's not that easy. Seems like it would be, but it's not. So there are different levels of the pedal. There are places where you want the music to breathe, so you let the pedal come up. I have an entire course that teaches you how to play the pedal with, exercises and examples and things like that. So please don't ask me for pedaling tips. There's really no such thing. You just learn how to pedal by, encountering different pieces where you use the pedal in a different way, and then you just like add to your knowledge base. Okay, I do have a pedaling tutorial on YouTube, so start with that one. And if you want to get more into it and you want to study how to really pedal, then you've got the pedaling course on my website. If you like this video so far, please give me a thumbs up so that I don't get lost in YouTube world. I enjoy seeing that you like my work and that you're benefiting from it. And leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. half of this section is going to be exactly the same as the first half of the section 1. So, looks familiar, right? Now, coming up, we start the same way that we did in the first section, but now it's going to be something different. So right now you're on F sharp and E, 5 and 1. You're going to do 4 and 1, G sharp and E. Then 3 and 1, A and E. And then pick up your hand, move second finger down to E, first finger on, down to D, and then first finger on E, go down an octave to the lower E, and then second finger on A. So, I'll show you the counting of the second half that's kind of different. Watch me first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's do that together when you're ready. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The right hand also starts exactly the same as section 1. And now from here, you're on A, first finger, it changes. You step up, second finger on B, third finger on C sharp. Now, pick up your hand, you're going to play a chord. First finger on F sharp, third finger on B, fifth finger on D. Notice when I'm playing this chord, because I've got a black key, I have to go closer to that part of the keyboard. I don't do this. Okay, so I let my third finger come in right here, kind of far into that white key, so that I can keep my hand in a good shape, okay? Technique is super important. Technique is how you move your hands and your body at the keyboard. All right, now from here, you're gonna play 3 notes again. Pick up, first finger on E, second on A, fourth finger on C sharp. And then 4 notes. Pick up, first finger on D, second on E, third on G sharp, and then fifth on B. If you feel better playing with fourth finger, you can do that too. Remember, all of these fingerings are just ones that I picked. In fact, I can play the whole thing with basically completely different fingering and still feel fine with it. So if some of this fingering doesn't work for you, or you want to try different fingering, go for it. There is no such thing as correct fingering. So correct fingering is just whatever allows you to play to the best of your ability. Okay? And then we've got one more chord. First finger on C sharp, second on E, fifth finger on A. So I'm going to play this last part, not the part that's the same as section 1, and I'm going to not talk this time. And the counting on that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When you're ready, when you know the notes, play it with me here with counting. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's put it together from the beginning of section 2, and a lot of this is going to be very familiar to you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. your hands. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, at this point, you can choose to repeat from section 1. So you do section 1 and 2, and then you repeat again section 1 and 2. Not everybody does the repeat. So if you really like this piece and you want to play it again, that's fine. But you don't have to. The pedaling, again, I'm just pedaling basically on everything that I play. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But I'm leaving like space in between the up downs. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not as clear cut as what I'm saying. I'm kind of approximating it. You just kind of have to listen to your own piano. I happen to be playing a digital keyboard, which sucks for Mozart because you just don't have the control over it. And, you know, I'm doing the best I can. But anyway, so you have to listen to your own keyboard or your own piano and just kind of don't let it get mushy. So this would be wrong for Mozart. Okay, Mozart doesn't sound like that. You know, unless that's just how you love to play it, that's fine. Okay. Now, we're going to have one note at a time. 5th finger on A, 3rd on C, sharp, 1st on E. Again, these fingerings don't have to be your fingerings. Then, 5th finger on A, 2nd on D, 1st on E sharp. You repeat that, A, D, F sharp, then you go back to the first one. A, C sharp, E. From here, pick up your hand, 2nd finger on C sharp, 4th finger on A, or whatever fingering works for you. Pick up, 5th finger on G sharp, 1st finger on D, go back to your C sharp and A, and then pick up, 5th finger on F sharp, 1st finger on D sharp, and then octave E's. So I'll do this whole section. Watch with counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that together. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You want to make sure that your wrist is very flexible. Please don't type. Okay? We're not typing. We're playing the piano, which involves your joints and your arm. 2nd finger on E, then 3rd on F sharp, come back to your E, and then back to your F sharp. Play that F sharp again. Now, we have these 2 grace notes that come before the main note. How fast you play them and exactly where you place them with the left hand is up to you. People have different ways of interpreting this. I'm going to show you one way. So you do 2nd finger on F sharp, 3rd finger on G sharp, 4th on A. So these 2 notes are the grace notes. They go a little faster, like that. Okay? Then you just come right back where you were. G sharp, F sharp. You're going to play that F sharp, 3rd finger, 2nd finger on E, pick up, put 3rd finger on E. Okay? Let's do that much together. Starting on E, here we go. E, F sharp, E, back to your F sharp, Play that F sharp again. We're not doing rhythm right now. So now here are those two grace notes, F sharp, G, A, and then walk it back, G sharp, F sharp, E, E. Okay, let's keep going and we'll add the rhythm later. Now, you're gonna play that E again, 5th finger, 3rd finger on C sharp, 1st finger on A, 5th finger on E, 4th finger on D, 2nd on B, 5th finger on E, 3rd on C sharp, 1st on A. Now, A, C sharp, 2 and 4, and then 1st finger on G sharp, 3rd finger on B, together. Okay? So I'll do it from the beginning of this section with counting. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, you can either play these legato, however you want to. People play them different ways. On my sheet music, it says to do it this way. So you connect the first two notes and then disconnect. But again, play it however you like. So let's play that together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hands start together. Now it's going to be left, then right. Left, right, together. Okay, so together, left, right, together. Make sure you don't hold these. You're just walking from one finger to the next. Same in the right hand, so you don't want to get stuck inside the keys. Okay, so from the beginning of the section, together, left, right, together. Still together here. Now left hand plays, right hand lifts, together. Now here, we're gonna lift and start at the same time, like that. That's one way to do it, okay? And then left hand, right, together. And then these are gonna be together. Let's do that much again. Ready? Here we go. Together, left, right, together. Together, left, together. Now, together with grace notes. Left, right, together. And these are together. Now, going forward, hands play at the same time, then just the right hand. Left hand lifts. Together. Left hand lifts. Together. Right. Together. Together. And then right. Let's do that much from this guy. Ready, and together. Right. Right. Together. Right, right, together, right, together, together, and then right. Now let's do this whole thing with counting. Ready? Go ahead and join me. Ready, set, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And pedaling, I've already talked about it, so use your own judgment here. Now, you're going to be really happy because this is going to be the same as section 2, which you already know. This is just like section 2. Now, we're going to add to it just a little bit as like the tail end of it. So it's going to be octave A. These are all octaves. B, C sharp, D, and now we switch over from octaves. So fifth finger is on E, first finger is on C sharp. Then fifth finger stays on E, first finger moves to D, and then A and C sharp, 2 and 1. So the way to count this last part is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that together. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The right hand is also the same as section 2 up until the very last part. So, you know this. Now, here's where it changes. You're going to keep the same 3 fingers, 1, 2, and 4. And you're going to do E, G sharp, and B. Then you repeat that. And then A and C sharp, 3 and 5. Now, your hand shape changes, but the notes don't. First finger on E, second on A, fourth on C sharp. Then you're going to keep your thumb on E, second on G sharp, fifth on D. Thumb stays on E, second moves to A, fifth moves to E. And then third finger on F sharp, fourth on G sharp, fifth on A. First on A, pick up. Second finger on G sharp, fifth on C sharp. And then B, fourth finger, A, third finger. So that last bit is this. I'll show you. And if I count it, it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And a 1, 2, 3, and 1. Let's do that together. We'll go a little slower. E, A, and C sharp. 1, 2, and 4. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and a 1, All right, so you know the beginning, hands together, you already know this. Now, here's the new part. So hands play together. Right hand is going to play the same thing. Left hand moves up to A. And then now it's just the right hand by itself. Okay? And then hands together. This is all together. Now right hand. Left hand lifts and moves. Together. Right. Together. Okay, so practice that, and now I'm going to do counting the entire section. 1, and you're going to join me when you're ready. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Here's the new part. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then at this point, you would go back and repeat sections 3 and 4 again. All right, so basically it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, and 3 and 4. And pedaling, you know, very light, very little. You don't want mushy sounds unless that's just the sound that you love. It's just not accurate for Mozart's music, but you know what, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But the correct way to pedal Mozart, especially this particular piece, very, very little, okay? Very little with lots of space in between. I hope that was helpful and that you enjoyed it. It's not that hard, so just spend some time practicing and you'll do fine. Join my Facebook group, Piano Practice Tips. It's absolutely free. I hang out there all the time. We share our videos with one another. People ask me all kinds of piano and music questions, and we exchange ideas. It's a lot of fun. Piano Practice Tips. My website, thepianokeys.com, has a lot of tutorials and courses that will help you level up on your playing, because it's a lot more fun to play when you're better at it. I also post to Instagram, the Piano Keys TPK, so come hang out with me there. Keep practicing, have fun, and I will see you soon. Bye.